Sup? It's Greggatron. What's good with ya? This, 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 this. Look at it. Yeah, yeah. Look at it. This. Yeah, 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 yeah. This is alright. So today I'm showing off all my swords. All my swords. This one you may have seen before. It's my Gil Hibben saber. The name of it is the Valiant or Valiant. This is issue 1006 out of however many they made, 5,000 or whatever. This probably is still my favorite out of all of them. It's got the teeth here and here, also down here, and the blade is double-edged. That's what makes it a saber. The point very sharp. That's the good saber. Check out the review if you haven't seen it already. Down here I keep a ninja sword right behind the good shield. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. I'll just keep it there because it color codes well with the shield. Alright. Here's a Boken. I got this from a sports store for about 20 bucks, 30 bucks. It's pretty solid. The wrapping is kind of going undone, but that's all right. Here's another practice sword. It's from Battle of the Nations, which is medieval combat. It's a sport. I got this as a souvenir. And you can see the signatures from many of the athletes and photographers and others. This sword I keep in my bedroom, close to the good bed. It's got a dragon symbol right there on the sheath. And it feels very lightweight. Very easy to wield. That's where the handle stops. Yeah. Very slick. You've seen this recently. This is Afro Samurai sword. The good Tachi. Alright. Probably one of my favorite swords. Outside of the Gil Hibben one, this is probably in my top 3. I would say. Get yourself a sword, people. Get yourself a sword. This is Kenpachi Zaraki sword from Bleach. You can see the Greggatron logo. This sword is considered a Odachi because the blade is 3 or more feet long. The blade comes out extremely easily. I would say even too easy. Look at that. Crazy, right? Crazy. I like this thing. I like Kenpachi a lot, we'll put it that way. And I also have a review on this. Check out my sword playlist. Alright. And here's the good letter opener. The Kill Bill replica. You've seen it before. Nice little, cute little accessory. Yeah. In the intro, that's when I say this. This is also a letter opener. Speaking of letter openers, right? It's about the size of an ink pen. But yeah, it's really got a blade. Can you believe it? So even if you want to have something like this in your house, that would be cool. Because the way I see it, self-defense is a big deal. So just have it in your house for that, something small, you know? Because I do advocate for self-defense over here. Know what I mean? Next, we're going to come up here. We have a wooden katana set. I like these a lot. Out of the sets I have, this is probably my favorite set. If not my second favorite set. And let me show you. There's a design on each sword. Now, we talked about the different types of swords, right? Check that video out if you haven't seen it. Katana, say with me, Wakizashi, and Tanto. You saw this already. This is Kenshin Himura's reverse blade sword. As you can see, the blade is on the wrong side. Yeah. That's the good Kenshin. Down here, that's another Wakizashi and Tanto. A dual set. No katana involved in this set. Alright. This sword right here, I showed you in a previous video. It's a Wakizashi, but it's closer to the size of that of a Tanto. So it would be considered a Ko-Wakizashi. And I really like this design. A guy I worked with, he was really into guns. He had a lot of guns. He was an ex-cop. And he was working security on the side. Well, he asked me one day, he's like, "You like swords?" I'm like, "Yeah, I like swords." He's like, "Oh, okay. I'm going to bring you a sword." I'm like, "All right." So he brought this sword up to the job. Up to the job. I'm like, "Yo, we can't have this inside the job." He's like, just hold on to it. Just take it to your car. He said he had a katana, I think. He just can't find it. But still, I appreciate the sentiment. Very nice man. Cool person for giving me this. And this is the only Ko-Wakizashi that I own, which is kind of cool. So thank you. Now this sword you've seen, this is the first sword I ever purchased from a different homie for $10. That's all he wanted, $10. It is a Tanto. You can see some symbols once that blur and glare is gone. So that's the Tonto, the first OG Tonto. I like the spottedness, the specs. I think that's nice. So basically, this sword right here is what got me on this path. So thank this homie, and then in the future, this homie. Because once people find out I like swords, they just either give them to me or they start to sell them to me. So, shout out to all my friends. Alright, this sword is more of a ninja sword. I don't think I showed this off before. Not quite yet. Lightweight. Yeah. That's another ninja sword. Same size as the red one I showed you before. This sword right here is double-sided. You have a blade here and here. And I'm pretty sure they're both the same length. That's what's interesting about this one. And that's what they look like outside the sheath. So it's pretty cool. The sheath is double-sided, and it can fit two different swords in there. That means if your enemy thinks he just stole your sword, little does he know, you still have one on the other side. I like swords like this because they surprise you. They surprise the wielder and the opponent. And that element of surprise, that could be the difference between winning and losing in combat. Amen. Let's come over here next. These belong to Legolas from Lord of the Rings. He was and still is, my favorite character from Lord of the Rings. Just real fresh, real smooth, all around a great fighter, real elegant. He was an elf. They don't get old. He was the master at the bow, but he also had these. And I made a review about these. So if you haven't seen that review, check it out. All right. We also have these down here. This is a katana with a kind of funny look to it. See how the sheath has that bracket right there? That might be my only katana that has that extra bracket here. Let me put this baby back. Shout out to Nobleware, by the way. Noblewares. And this stand I also got from Noblewares. Wait, no I didn't. I got this from someone else. So I got my katana right there. And it's not the same as the traditional ones, because the style is just a little different. You know, here's another ninja sword. A red one. Looks similar to that of the one I showed you earlier. This is the bamboo style sword. This I might take out of the sheath just so you guys have an understanding. I like this sword a lot. My favorite thing about this sword is probably the fact that you can't tell which side is the handle. I only knew it was this side because I had it positioned that way with the others, with the blade facing to the left. But look at the sheath. Real glossy. It's like a hardwood floor. And the blade is just... Well, forget about the blade, but the handle Just very nice. And this does not weigh that much at all. This is extremely easy to wield. You know, get a sword, you guys. Stop playing. Get yourself. Because there's so many different styles, man. Like, there's a sword out there for everybody. That's my point. Get yourself a sword. All right. Let's continue on. This sword right here, I like it because the handle is extremely skinny. Extremely skinny. And it's definitely heavier than the previous one. I hope you guys like my Baki and Yujiro poster. I got that just for you guys. And down below we have some more katanas. This style of katana is a little different from the traditional one. And these three at the bottom, all katanas. Similar style. This one, the handle is a little different. See that? Yeah. Come on, get in focus. Yep. But again, I like variety. I don't want to just have stuff that looks the same as everything else. Variety is key. Over here, we have an assortment. Let's start with this one right here. It looks like bamboo. It's a replica. Don't let it fool you. Very nice. Similar to that one, right? And it's one-sided. I don't need to unsheath this one because you get the point. But I like stuff like that because your opponent won't know it's a sword, right? We got some more katana action. You can see the second one from the top is a little bit more curvier than the first one. That makes me think this one almost looks like more of a ninja sword. I know it's not, but it looks like one. You can see. Come on, get in focus. Come on, camera. There we go. There's a little design right there. Oh, man. It's focusing on everything but what I wanted to focus on. Yeah, this is stainless steel, buddy. Stainless steel. Very cool. Be careful, all right? Please, please. Be careful. Okay. This second one, also different and unique. It's got the belt buckle right there. I just like when they add little different stuff to kind of throw you off, to kind of keep you on your toes. All right. This third one, I showed it off in the past. That's the one with the wakizashi on this side and the tanto on this side. That's two swords in one, okay? That's cool. This is Mugen's sword from Samurai Champloo. I reviewed this months ago. This is also one of my favorite swords. All right. And I got it from QuadCon. This black sword is longer than your traditional katana. It's not a odachi because the blade is not 3 feet plus. But it's not a nagamaki either because the handle is not long enough. So I just call it my longer katana. I like that thing. Let's come down here a little bit. Honestly, here, let's tuck that in. Honestly, this is one of my favorite swords. This wood for this sheath is extremely smooth. And this thing is just very fresh all around. I like this. The rope that comes with it. This is very well laced. This thing is just very cool. Very cool. It's a little bit hard to get this thing out the sheath. I remember that. Yeah. We'll leave it in there. Okay, let's keep going. We got 2 more. These are both katanas, it seems. But you can tell, look at this one. Look how thick. You can tell how thick the blade is. On both of them, really. You know what? Let me take these 2 out. So both of these guys are stainless steel. And look at the design on them. Again, we talked about variety. They're just different, man. This one, the handle is extremely different. This is like a leather. Whereas this one, look at how thick the blade is. And you got that crevice in there. I love stuff like that. I love that. You guys gotta get yourself a sword, man. How many more times do I need to say it? Greggatron is on his hands and knees begging you to get a sword. No, I'm kidding. I'm not on my hands and knees. But I am begging you, get a sword. Here's the thing about swords, man. When you own a sword, your whole life will change. You'll have a guest in your home, and this person will say, "Is that a sword?" And you'll be like, "Yes. Yes, this is a sword." And the other person's like, "You have a sword in your house?" "Yes. Is that a problem?" And if the person says it's a problem, kick that person out immediately. Say, "Go home. Go home." Okay, let's continue. This set and this set I showed on my channel before. And this one I also showed, but let's do a recap. This is a set, I think I called it my wind sword set. Wind, because these kind of look like fans. You know your 3 types: katana, wakizashi, and tanto. These I called my black blade dragon swords. Something like that. I can't remember all of their names. But as you can see, the blade is black, which is really cool. For that reason, and for this, the bling bling, this is my favorite katana set outside of the wooden one I showed you before. And because these look like scales, right? This sword, I'm going to hang up on the wall at some point. This is King Theoden's sword from Lord of the Rings. If you haven't seen my review on that, check it out. I wish you could feel how heavy this thing is. Very heavy. Yeah. All right. One might think, is it over? No. We still have to go in the garage. Oh, yeah. They're in the garage, too. Hell, you've seen them in the intro. Now, this up here, these two are Bokens. This one's a little thicker, right? But I like the finish on it, the gloss, right? Now, whenever I do train, I use this one normally. It's just, I guess, the easiest to wield. I've also used this one for training. This one's all right. It feels a little bit more hollow. It just doesn't feel as solid as this one. But they're all Boken. The first three anyway. And then I got this one. As far as practice swords, this one's my favorite. You've seen it before. What do you call that? The tomahawk. Carbon steel. Yeah, I like this one a lot because it looks just like a regular katana, but it's not. You feel me? But the average person wouldn't know. Speaking of katanas, I have a few more in here. This blue one, that's your standard traditional look. This is a wakizashi. Also that standard look. That's the big brother of that one. That's the katana. This one. I hope you guys like my posters too. And this sword was my second sword. And at the time it was only like $30. I got it at the mall. At a place called Off the Wall. So that's my full collection. I hope you guys like it. Yeah. So I surround myself with the right people in the sense that they sell me swords, they give me swords, and I give them swords for Christmas, for whatever. And I'm just thankful, you know, to have all these cool people. It's almost like a club. Yeah, a sword club. I mentioned how everybody should have a sword. Just have a sword in your home, even if you don't plan on using it. It's a good souvenir. It's something nice to have in your house. It speaks protection. It's like having a Bible in your home, right? Because the Bible protects you from evil, in a sense. Swords can protect you physically, alright? But I've been collecting now since I was a teenager, and now I'm in my 30s. So it's been a while, and it's fun. You can get them online. You can get them at conventions, flea markets, shops, comic shops might have them. Maybe not comic shops, but sword shops, obviously. You'll be surprised where you can find them, and you'll be surprised who all has one, you know. And depending on who you are and your personality, if you get one, you might end up getting two and more. You see what I did. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being here. And again, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.